Hello students, welcome back. We were talking about energy in the last video. Now we will talk about the different forms of energy and the types of them which are very much required in our daily lives, and they are always available very easily around us. Now, if we talk about the different forms of energy, mechanical energy, heat energy, light energy, sound energy, electrical energy. Of course, without electricity nowadays, mentioning or even thinking of our lives are actually impossible. And after that, the most usable ones does include the renewable sources like solar energy, wind energy, which are trapped and then they are used. After that it comes the atomic energy. So all these things are different forms of energy which are used by us, mostly humans, of course. Now we will study about these types of energy, but first we have to go through a very detailed study of mechanical energy, since this is the mechanics part we are studying, that is involving the force, work, power, everything. So mechanical energy is the energy particularly by virtue of which a body can do some work or it may not do also, but due to the presence of this mechanical energy which the body is capable to show, we can say that anything is possessing mechanical energy. Like if I just give a push over here, you can see the book open in front of me is displacing. So mechanical energy, it is the energy even if the body is in rest. Like the book over here, I am touching it, I do apply certain force because I am using the four fingers together, but still the body is at rest. That means this is not the required amount of force which I am applying, or maybe it is not by the correct direction. I am using the same four fingers and now give a slight push. You can see the displacement occurring. That means the direction is perfect. So the first line of the paragraph as it is written, I am on page number 29 to be specific, the chapter 2b, and the paragraph number 2.9. The energy possessed by a body due to its state of rest or of motion is called mechanical energy. Please underline or mark this, because whenever we give the definition that what is mechanical energy, children are puzzled. The book had the definition of potential energy, kinetic energy, but no, there was no definition of mechanical energy. This is the definition. So please mark this or underline this. Now, when I told you that when the body is at the state of rest, it did have some energy. That is the potential energy. And when the body is in its motion, like this hanky throwing it. So as you could see that since I threw it, it just went a while and dropped. Thank God it dropped me a while. So over here, the flying handkerchief, not on its own because I threw it. So the flying handkerchief possessed kinetic energy. So this total energy of the body, that means the mechanical energy, is the sum of the potential and the kinetic energy. Mechanical energy is not the one type of energy of the body at that moment. Yes, of course, when I am walking, I am not sitting. So, of course, my energy will be considered under kinetic energy when I am walking. But right now when I am sitting and interacting with you, at that moment I can say that I am having only the potential energy, not the kinetic energy. But at that moment I need to represent that my kinetic energy is zero, since I am sitting and talking with you, and it is only the potential energy which I am possessing, since I am sitting on a particular sofa which is above from the ground of 1 meter, or not 1 meter, of 1 foot, and that is the reason I am possessing only the potential energy. So the potential energy plus 0 for the kinetic energy gives my total mechanical energy. You have to be specific whenever anyone asks about total mechanical energy. Yes, these questions can come after the numerical you have fully solved correctly, and children overlook the question that, oh, I have found out potential energy, so that means I have completed the sum. No, you have not completed. If I have asked you mechanical energy, you have to be specific to mention that since the body is stagnant, the kinetic energy is a big zero. That's why the mechanical energy is only the potential energy, which is this much. Now, coming from the marks and writing to the correct definition or the things. Potential energy, as I mentioned, it is written over here, you can see in the same page. The energy possessed by a body at rest due to its position or size and shape is called the potential energy. Though we have a habit of writing the initial alphabets only for the denotation of the physical quantities, like F for force, W for work done, E for energy. Over here, this potential energy is always represented as U, a big capital U. At any case, if you write P, it does not symbolize potential energy, instead it symbolizes power. So the denotation, of course, you can write in short as P dot E, but the convention form is capital U. It's a confusion, one or twice. After you write it down, it will be easier for you. Example, me sitting at rest, no change, always talking loudly, so potential energy. Other than that, I put the same box on the tabletop over here, so height changed, box is same, no other displacement, it possesses potential energy. Another important example is given: a stretched rubber string, compressed spring. That means all those things are stagnant at one position. Once left out, they can have the kinetic energy. For example, this box, since it is kept over here, I put it up on the tabletop. It is having potential energy. Now I bring over here, leave it. Ow! It was something heavy inside it, so it just fell down. Let me scream. It immediately had kinetic energy. Now, forms of potential energy. Now, mechanical energy is of two types, potential and kinetic. Now we'll be talking about the two forms of potential energy itself. You might have noticed that I have talked about the I suppose it is clear where you can see over here number of turns in the spring. It is not a single rod, as you can see. If I am pulling over here, it is extending and it is showing over you a spring type of function. So I suppose it is clear to you that it is a spring over here as mentioned by me previously. Here you can see that it is a spring which is super compressed. This type of potential energy, since it is super compressed, it is also just kept over here in a sealed conditions. It is not moving on its own unless I just dragged it some more distance, and it showed that yes, it is expanding and it is becoming longer. This type of bodies are having elastic potential energy. Now, any other body, for example, I am back to my handkerchief again, already sweating also, so really need that. When I am throwing it from a height, it is going down, settling over here, and it is possessing a gravitational potential energy. So let's study one by one. Gravitational potential energy. Each body experiences a force of attraction due to Earth, which is called the force due to gravity or the weight of the body. The formula of weight of the body, as already studied by you in the previous classes or in the previous portions, that is m into g, which is equivalent to the force applied on it, which is mass into acceleration due to gravity. The gravitational potential energy of a body is zero when it is at infinity. This infinity particularly is just beyond the gravity of Earth. Suppose when the rocket travels, after a certain time, that is after crossing the layers of atmosphere, it is not acted over by gravity anymore. So in that case, of course, no one is pulling it back to the Earth, and at that time it becomes zero. The gravitational potential energy of a body at a point is equal to the amount of work done by the force of attraction on Earth in bringing that body from infinity to that point. Kindly mark this. This is the definition of gravitational potential energy. Now, if I think that this matter or this material is at infinity, that is beyond the atmosphere, and Earth works with its full gravitational force to bring it exactly on my tabletop, then whatever energy it would have used, that is the gravitational potential energy. Simple to equivalent, simple equation, or simple to understand, it is the weight of the body, that is mass into gravity. Since the work is done by the force of gravity itself, so at a finite distance from Earth, the gravitational potential energy of the body is negative. For this, I must go back to your previous class with the Newton's laws of equation, which you have already solved. That is, whenever we used to check that the height of a falling body, we always mentioned gravity with negative respect to the frame of reference of us. Now, what is frame of reference? If you want to know, you can proceed with some earlier videos made. Else, I'm just continuing that in the topic. So, in that case, the frame of reference as considered, it always believes that whatever is going up is positive, following the y-axis direction, and whatever is coming down is negative. That is the reason G is taken as minus. Similarly, this potential energy with the negative direction, that is going downwards following the y-axis, is taken to be negative. For energy other than the weight of the body, we do need the distance travel. Since it is a falling body, we will calculate the displacement as height and not distance traveled. As the distance of a body from the surface of the earth increases, the force of attraction decreases and its gravitational potential energy increases. As the distance is increasing, of course, mathematically, if we check, the value of h will be increasing. So, of course, as the distance will increase, the gravitational potential energy will increase. Please remember and mark these points. These are very good for very short answer questions or even options like MCQ, fill in, etc.